Alright, hopefully you caught my lemon fragrances video yesterday, but today I'm doing something a little different, anticipating more new releases that are coming up very, very soon. So today I'm going to discuss some upcoming releases that I'm very, very excited about. So if you want to find out about these new fragrances that should be landing very soon, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Yes, there's so much stuff coming out that I'm excited about. I mean, one of the things that I've been speaking about already for several episodes of these videos is Dior's Vanilla Diorama or Diorama. That's been one fragrance I've been anticipating, and I think there is a early fall or maybe late summer release date for that. I think it comes out in September. So I'm very, very excited about a Dior vanilla fragrance. That should be great. But there's a bunch of others that are coming out that I'm going to discuss with you today. In fact, one of the ones that's coming out is Dior Sauvage Elixir. I did a whole video about over the weekend. If you haven't caught that, go catch that. But we'll discuss that plus a bunch more. But before I get to all the fragrances, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed, please do click that subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So I want to just to quickly let you guys know that unfortunately over the last weekend I was not able to do a top 20. I shot a few videos Friday morning before I had to go to my day job, and I've totally spaced on shooting my top 20, and I've got a kind of a two-parter that's going to happen. So the first one will air this coming Saturday. They're both shot, but I just wasn't able to get it up on Sunday either. I just got really tired, so there was no top 20. But you guys saw that Dior Sauvage Elixir anticipation video over that day, and I felt like that was fine to just air that video. But stay tuned for a great two-part top 20 list. It's actually a top 40, and it's a twist on my top 20s. And as I said, it'll be in two parts. This coming Saturday, you'll see from 40 to 21. And then the following Saturday will be the top 20 from 20 to number 1. So stick around for that video. But let's get started. First, I'm going to talk to you about Dior Sauvage Elixir. I know we discussed that a couple days ago. Now, we are seeing it pop up everywhere. It's interesting. I was talking to my sales associate that sells Dior fragrances. He said don't bring it up, so I never did. And then all of a sudden in that video I mentioned that people were messaging me images and information about it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to shoot that video. And it's probably why I totally spaced on shooting my top 20, because I shot that Dior Sauvage Elixir video. I'm actually excited about this release. You know, I think it's a dumb reach fragrance. I think it's a, you know, crowd pleaser, compliment getter, things like that. And it's got that great ambroxan. From what I hear, the Elixir is going to be a lot stronger, a lot more beast mode, and let's see how it does in our, you know, on our body chemistries. I prefer the Eau de Parfum in that series, but I'm excited about the Elixir. It's going to come in a smaller bottle, and it's going to be a lot more concentrated than the Parfum version. So I think it's a 2 ml, I think, no, 2 ounce, meaning like 60 ml, somewhere around there, and it's going to retail for a little higher than the 100 ml of the Parfum version. Anyway, that's one I'm excited about. Let me know if you're excited about it. I know this is kind of a polarizing fragrance. Some people love that fragrance. A lot of people hate that fragrance. So it's a toss-up for me. I don't ever reach for it, but I'm always excited about what Dior is going to come out with. And speaking of Dior, I'm actually really, really anticipating the next, well, it usually is called Dior Privé or La Collection Privée. They changed the name to Maison Christian Dior. Now, apparently, according to my sales associate, it's now back to being called La Collection Privée or the Christian, Privé collection from Dior. Apparently the Maison Christian Dior name did not catch on, so they are changing things back to La Collection Privée. So Dior's Vanilla Diorama is one that I've been waiting since before Eden Rock was launched, around the time of Tabaccolor's launch. So Tabaccolor's launch is still an exclusive, but Santal the Sandalwood fragrance that was once exclusive to the Middle East is now going to go into stores, I was told. So I think it's called Santal Noir. I'm drawing a blank with the name. I was thinking of Guerlain Santal Royal. But so I'm excited about Vanilla Diorama. Eden Rock was kind of a disappointment for me. I didn't really care for it that much. Although I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go away on a little holiday to the beachy areas of California, and we'll see if I can get myself excited to wear that particular fragrance. But the vanilla one always seems exciting. It supposedly has notes of vanilla, cacao, orange, rum, sandalwood, patchouli, cardamom. Yum, yum, yum. Sounds exciting to me. Created by Francois Demachy. He knows his stuff. By the way, if you haven't caught his documentary on Amazon or Apple or wherever you watch movies, go catch it. It's not bad. Not the best documentary, but I think it's definitely educational to see his process and things like that. So that's another fragrance I'm anticipating. Another one that I'm really anticipating is from the house of YSL, from their Lavender collection. They're launching a Chypre floral fragrance full of roses and patchouli called Rouge Velours. This sounds really exciting because I love the combination of roses and patchouli. And this one, as I said, it's a Chypre floral. It's been done before, but now we've got the YSL version. Of course, Diptyque came out with Eau Capitale, which is kind of like a patchouli rose thing. It's a Chypre, and other brands have done it. So we'll see how YSL's version is, but it features notes of white tea, pink pepper, rose, jasmine, iris, patchouli, vetiver, and musk. Sounds exciting, and I'm kind of digging myself through this different collection of fragrances. This one and Armani Privé collection, since I hadn't really tackled them. The L'Oreal brand fragrances I'm a little not that excited about, but I'm actually pretty impressed with the YSL Lavender collection and the Armani Privé collection fragrances. So I'm going to dig deeper into those brands' upper end collections, and of course this Rouge Velours from YSL sounds really exciting. Let me know if you're excited about that one or the new Dior Vanilla Diorama or Diorama fragrance. I'd like to find out. Another fragrance that I'm really excited about is from the Maison Margiela line, Autumn Vibes. They're cranking out a ton of stuff. They're discontinuing a ton of stuff. Another L'Oreal owned brand. I think their fragrances to me are upper end mass market fragrances, and they discontinued their black bottle collection here in the States. I don't know if it's still sold in Europe or not, but it's not sold here. And they also discontinued a ton of regular fragrances like Lipstick On, the T1, and a few others. So they're cranking out stuff, and what's going on with these big conglomerates that own these brands is like they're going to crank out stuff, and whatever sticks is the one they're going to stay on. And if one is a really great fragrance but doesn't sell, they're going to, discontinue it. For example, the T1 and the Lipstick On, both I thought were great fragrances, but obviously they weren't making money from it, so they're going to axe it. Same thing with their dark bottle collection. But this Autumn Vibes sounds like it's going to be a, autumn themed fragrance with pink pepper, cardamom, nutmeg, carrot seed, cedar, and moss, oak moss. Sounds pretty fun. I'm definitely going to dig, check it out. Their last fragrance, Matcha Meditation, I felt was pretty good. Very interesting tea and white chocolate combo created by Maurice Roussel, who created Musk Ravageur. Anyway, Maison Margiela's Autumn Vibes. I don't know who the perfumer for that one is, but I'm excited for that release. The next one I'm excited about is a feminine targeted release from Hermes, Tuiles de Hermes, Oh Ginger. I'm digging ginger as a note. The one that really got me excited about ginger as a note is Cartier's Oud Radeau, which is a very zingy, very spicy, pungent ginger with oud. So I'm kind of like into the idea of ginger in fragrances, and there's not a lot of ginger in fragrances, and if there is, it's more of a supporting player. This one seems like it's going to be the main star, and according to my notes, it's candied ginger, which I like to eat. It's a fun thing. So candied ginger, peony and cedar are what the notes are for this one. And I do have the original Twilly, which is the sandalwood and tuberose combo. So this seems like a breath of fresh air with the ginger idea. So let me know if you're interested in this particular one. I think it's already out in some parts of the world, not here yet, but definitely interested in this new Twilly de Hermes Eau Ginger from Hermes. I do enjoy Hermes. Hermes is a house that is kind of on a down low, like people don't talk about it much. It's not a hyped brand, but they do have great fragrances. I think they really do. Alright, so I'm anticipating a new fragrance from Mugler, another flanker of their very popular Alien series of fragrances. It's Alien Goddess. I'm not holding my breath. It's Mugler's under L'Oreal now, and they're freaking discontinuing everything. Last I went to check to order a bottle of Wonder Bouquet from the Mugler website because my bottle was running out. There's nothing there except for one Less Exceptions collection fragrance there. That's it. It was all removed. What the hell is L'Oreal doing? Also, a lot of their fragrances are discontinued for men. Pure Havane was gone. I think I saw Pure Malt. I saw the original Amen. And then they had all the Alien flankers, which suck, except for the first one, Alien for Men. So I don't know what the heck is going on with Mugler under L'Oreal, but they're destroying this brand, I think. But I'm still excited about Alien Goddess. We shall see. I think their Angel Nova was complete disappointment. I don't think it did very well. I personally don't know anybody that really enjoys it, except for a few people have commented on my review of that fragrance. They said they enjoy it. But let's see what's going to happen with Mugler's Alien Goddess. Again, they have so many freaking flankers, so many. Can't they come up with a new fragrance idea? Alien Goddess has a new spokesperson. It's Will Smith's daughter. I forgot her name. But the fragrance features notes of bergamot, jasmine, vanilla, and cashmere. We've seen those notes before, haven't we? Either way, I'm still excited. I love Mugler, but lately they're just not doing very well, especially under L'Oreal. And I was recently communicating with someone on Instagram, and we were going back and forth. I said, what's going on with Mugler? He's in France, Paris, and in 2019, 3 times I visited Printemps, the boutique, and they had an amazing Mugler section up there, upstairs where the perfume floor is, in that special beauty perfume standalone store for Printemps. He said that the Mugler section is completely gone. So that kind of is concerning for me, that they've removed it. I think L'Oreal doesn't really have good ideas for this brand. I don't think so. So, I mean, you can see from the men's releases, they're all getting discontinued, and the Less Exceptions collection gone. Over the Musk is no longer on their website. I loved Over the Musk. I loved Wonder Bouquet. I love Chypre, and I also like Queer Impertinent. Those were the great fragrances from that line, but gone. The only one that was there is their latest release, the Amber. Maybe they're going to bring back new ones. Maybe. I don't know. And I'm still waiting for Eau de Parfum versions of Pure Malt, Pure Havane, and the original Amen, but I'm not holding my breath for anything interesting. But let's see how Mugler's Alien Goddess is. We shall see. Next up, Diptyque has a new fragrance called Kyoto. Comme des Garçons has a fragrance called Kyoto, and actually it's from the incense series, and Diptyque's Kyoto has incense. It has frankincense. And then Comme des Garçons has a fragrance called Rouge, and Kyoto has beetroot, because Rouge from Comme des Garçons features beetroot. So this is kind of like intertwining, kind of like inspired by Comme des Garçons fragrances kind of a release. Either way, I'm kind of interested in this particular release, Kyoto. It has notes of frankincense, Turkish rose, vetiver, and beetroot. Sounds exciting. I really love Rouge. I really also like Kyoto, but I'm not saying they're copying Comme des Garçons, but it's kind of reminding me of Comme des Garçons because of the name and then the note. But Rouge from Comme des Garçons is great if you like beetroot, kind of a fruity vegetal smell. Here, they're actually added a rose to the fragrance as well. So this one kind of sounds interesting with beetroot. we'll see how it goes. I'm really definitely interested in this one because Comme des Garçons Rouge, which featured the beetroot, also featured like incense, frankincense. It was such a great contrast of beetroot juice, which is kind of vegetal and fruity at the same time, with that frankincense running throughout it. I think that's great sense. So that's why I'm kind of excited about Kyoto from Diptyque. All right, the other one that I'm excited about is Santa Maria Novella has a brand new fragrance. They're under a new company. From what I remember hearing, the folks behind Paris, Monte Carlo, and Houbigant are now the owners of Santa Maria Novella. Is this true? I hope it is. Well, maybe it's not, but this is what I was told by a friend from Italy. But either way, this new fragrance, Rosa Gardenia, sounds great. Gardenias and roses, beautiful. And it also has fig, vanilla, musk, sandalwood, jasmine, orange blossom. This seems like a fairly complex fragrance for a lot of the fragrances that are currently available from this house, where they're eau de colognes. I'm not sure if this is an eau de cologne. It seems a little more complex than an eau de cologne with all the different notes in it, so we shall see how it is. But I do enjoy Santa Maria Novella, and I do have a great video on the channel, a tour of their pharmacy in Florence. If you haven't watched it, go catch it. It's a tour of their pharmacy where it's available for public access, plus behind the scenes where public can't access. And I got a great tour with some friends who live in Italy. So it's a great video. Go catch it and see what Santa Maria Novella is all about. And if you ever make it to Florence, definitely go visit and pick up some of their very famous fragrances or other kind of pharmaceutical type beauty products and things like that. So that's Santa Maria Novella, Rosa Gardenia. Now, By Kilian has a few new fragrances coming out. Now, the one I'm really, really excited about is L'Or Vert. Is that how you say it? The green hour, I think is it translates to. Now, they had a fragrance in the past that utilized absinthe. It was something with heaven, not Straight to Heaven, but the other heaven that got discontinued. This L'Or Vert has absinthe and licorice. It's kind of sounding like the other fragrance. It's in the kind of a beautiful cup-like bottle that there are two other fragrances that came out recently are in. So this one really does sound great to me. The fact that it has absinthe, licorice, plus it has violet leaf, patchouli, vetiver, sandalwood, and other woodsy notes. That one sounds great. I love licorice, absinthe, and fragrances. I love to drink it and eat this stuff as well. So in fragrances, I love the smell. So this one's really, really exciting. But the other one that also comes out from Kilian in a similar bottle is Apple Brandy on the Rocks. I already have apple brandy. They have an apple brandy, so this one's a new take on it. And this particular fragrance features notes of bergamot, pineapple, cardamom, rum, vanilla, moss, cedar, and ambroxan. We shall see how these are. I've been complaining about them because they are kind of diluting some of their fragrances. Love, don't be shy, anyone. Go read the comments on some of my videos. People are saying that it's changed. And I was being told, some folks even sent me some photos of 3 different colored versions of Love, Don't Be Shy. And the one that was the darkest, the reddest, I was told by these people, the one that's the salmon colored, peach colored is going to eventually turn into this like dark red. And I'm like, mine's been waiting and sitting around. It hasn't even turned a shade darker. How in the hell is it ever going to turn into that dark red, really, really blood orange color? Anyway. We'll get past that, but I'm kind of excited about these 2 new By Kilian releases, especially the L'Or Vert. That absinthe and licorice note for me is fantastic. I really love that note. So another brand that doesn't have too much hype in the fragrance community, but does some solid vintagey style fragrances all the way from the UK, On Autism Perfumes, or Papillon Perfumery, has a new fragrance called Spell 125. I have 4 out of their 6 fragrances, and this is the 7th, I believe. And I'm excited about this one more than the Angelique, I think, is the one that I wasn't too excited about. Dryad, I do have interest in getting. I never got it, but Spell 125 sounds interesting because it has notes of pine, olibanum, sandalwood, ambergris, hemlock, and ylang ylang. Those are the notes that I found online, and it sounds great. Anything with pine, olibanum, sandalwood, ambergris. Might be animalic, but not too much. But I love anything with pine. Pine is a great note. And the way that she does her fragrances, kind of vintage style, you know, classic style, that's what I like about this brand. If I want fragrances that smell classic, or things, you know, fragrances that remind me of fragrances I remember smelling from my parents when I was a little kid, I would go to this house. I think she does some amazing fragrances. So that Spell 125 is definitely one I'm excited about. One more fragrance, and then I'm going to get to a group of fragrances from 2 different brands, and that'll be the end of the video. Serge Lutens has a new fragrance. I'm going to try and say it as with the best French accent as I can. Le Poilambre, I think that's how you say it. That sounds like a great fragrance for me, especially with this weird note, Glycyrrhiza glabra, with leather and vanilla. Whatever the heck this note is, I've never seen it before, but I looked it up. It's GLYCYRRHIZA GLABRA. Have you ever heard of this note? I looked it up and it's like licorice apparently. So that's why this one sounds exciting, because I love licorice, anise, absinthe, you know, star anise and things like that. So this one sounds interesting to me. Is that note kind of on a trend? Is it coming back? I hope. I love that note, and this definitely Le Poilambre sounds really great from Serge Lutens, and it's in that weird looking long thin bottle, sadly, so it'll be in a higher price point, but definitely want to get my nose on that particular fragrance, so we shall see how it is. So Louis Vuitton is launching Les Extraits collection of fragrances in 30% concentration. So I feel like they're just cranking them out. It's LVMH just pushing. According to my research, these extract de parfums are 30% concentration, which probably means they're going to be in tiny little bottles with these big old Frank Gehry created sculptural caps. So they're going to be kind of like lopsided, heavy on top. I don't know, we shall see. And they're going to be priced really high, especially since the higher concentration of perfume oils. So anyway, we shall see. They're launching 5 of them or 6 of them. That's a lot at once. Money-making scheme. Yes, I do like what Frank Gehry does, and I've stayed at hotels that he's created and things like that. I do like his architectural work. But I didn't know that he was doing perfume bottles, and I guess this is a collaboration he's doing with Louis Vuitton. When I looked it up, I noticed that it's not the first collaboration he's done with Louis Vuitton, but the first perfume collaboration he's doing. The fragrances are Cosmic Cloud, which features notes of blackcurrant, musk, patchouli, bergamot. This one kind of reminds me of a fragrance like L'Artisan Parfumeur has that musk with the kind of the blackberry note. Drawing a blank. Kind of reminds me, it might smell something like that. The next fragrance that they're launching is called Dancing Blossom, which features notes of jasmine sambac, May rose, tuberose, osmanthus. This one, I don't know. We shall see how it is. I mean, like heavy concentrated perfumes are always great to you know, play around with, and we'll see how these all turn out. The one that I'm really excited about is Rhapsody, which has rose, patchouli, vetiver, jasmine, mate, oak moss, lily of the valley. Then they have Stellar Times, orange blossom, amber, and woods. Finally, Symphony, bergamot, grapefruit, ginger. Speaking of Symphony, did you catch my Symphonium review for Xerjoff? A really delicious orange and chocolate fragrance. Go catch that. But these 5, I'm curious to smell them. I do like the fragrances from Louis Vuitton, but I think they're just really cranking out way too much. Too much. We'll see. But Louis Vuitton's clientele most likely will buy some of these. I think these will be kind of pocket change for some of the stuff they buy that costs probably 10 times as much in that store. So we shall see. I'm not holding my breath too much. I do like Jacques Cavalier's work. The bottles look a little funky to me. I don't like the sculptural work. They kind of do not match the bottles themselves. I like the Louis Vuitton bottles, but I like the caps and the sprayers much more than the actual glass part. They don't photograph as well. There's not, it's just they don't stand out. The clearness though doesn't stand out. And with the fact that these sculptural Frank Gehry created caps are so big and kind of like, you know, odd shaped, they're sculptural obviously, they're gonna kind of like not match the bottles. I think they totally stand out, and that's why to me, when your eye goes right to those sculptures on top of the bottles, they seem like they're lopsided a little bit, like heavy on top, you know, light on the bottom. I don't know, we shall see. I'm excited and not so excited. I think they're just cranking out way too much. I still haven't gotten my nose on that very, very expensive oud yet. Imagination was a disappointment. The beach one was fine. California was not my favorite. Meteor sucked. So we shall see. Anyway, those are the Louis Vuitton Les Extraits collection at 30% concentration, created with Frank Gehry for those sculptural caps. And finally, 3 more fragrances from one house. The house of Esop, or Esop, is launching 3 fragrances from a collection called Other Topias. So last year they launched Roseau, their latest fragrance. Now they're launching 3 in a collection. I guess Roseau was doing pretty good for them. I did a video on all 4 of those fragrances from the house prior to the 3 new ones that are coming out. Roseau for me is a very green, kind of vegetal, herbal, aromatic rose. The rose is not so ripe and jammy, so if you like green roses, you should check out Roseau. It is a little on the pricey side. I think Roseau is the most expensive out of the entire collection. It was almost $190 for a 50 ml. So I'm not sure what these are priced at, but I do like Aesop or Aesop's not only fragrances but their skincare products, and we shall see how these turn out. But the 3 Other Topias collection fragrances include Miracetti, I think. Miracetti, which features notes of labdanum, whiskey cellar, woody ambrette, and styrax. The second one is Karst, which features notes of spices, cumin, sandalwood, salt, metallic notes. This one sounds a little funky. I think Miracetti sounds a little more interesting, although the spices and cumin part of Karst sounds interesting. Not really digging the salt and metallic part. And then finally, Aremia sounds really, really great with the galbanum, yuzu, iris, wet moss, and wild flowers. So those 3 fragrances are coming out soon. Somebody had actually commented or something and asked about these, and I instantly looked them up because, like I said, I do enjoy not only their fragrances but also their skincare product and hand and lotions and things like that. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with these 3 fragrances. In the past they launched 1 fragrance at a time, and then now 3 at once. I guess the fragrance thing is going good for them. We shall see. But anyway, those are all the new fragrances I'm excited about. There's probably a ton more. This is all the notes I could take down, and I do take notes down. I don't just sit in front of a camera and talk about stuff that I'm not really researched about a little bit. So I do have a little understanding of these, and I'm excited about these fragrances. Definitely some will be great, some will be not, but let me know if you're excited about them. Let me know which one sounds the best to you, and if you've already tried some of these, if they're already appearing in some places, let me know, because I've heard that the Sauvage Elixir is already selling at some duty frees. So I don't know, some of these are. I think the Hermes, the ginger one, is also selling at some places. So some of these are out already, and I'd like to find out if you've sampled them, if they're good. Put a comment down, I can find out. If you haven't, which one sounds exciting to you? Put a comment down, I'll find out. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. And again, I'm sorry about that, missing out on a top 20 last week, but I do have a great 2 episode topic videos that's going to go back to back, Saturday after Saturday. As I said, it's 40 different items, I should say. That's giving you guys a clue. But 40 to 21 in the first video, and 20 to number 1 in the second video, which will be the, you know, the better favorites video. But stick around and find out what they are. It's going to be a fun video. Lots of different fragrance options there. And anyway, that's pretty much it for today's video. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.